All right, so I am looking at weekly Squardle number 11. Now, last week I did a start that was almost no vowels. It only had Ys. And somebody suggested that this week I should do the opposite and use as few consonants as possible. So I Googled it and I found a site that gives me a list of 6 words that have 4 vowels each in them. So 4 of A, E, I, O, and U. And I don't know what some of these words mean, but I'm gonna start with these and we're gonna hope for the best. So, meow. Is that kind of like, oh, well, we got something. Oh, I can already tell this is gonna be bad because there's no O or U and we're using words that are mostly vowels. Okay, well, I guess we'll just see what happens. Okay, so now Uri. Well, we got some greens, good. Ouri. Like I said, I don't know what these words mean. Oh, okay, we're getting more greens. This is good. And then I'm gonna skip the next one because the last 2, I'm just gonna do 5 of them because there's 5 spots in the grid. And these last 2, I actually know what they are. So I'm gonna do adieu, which is a lot of people's favorite starting word. Interesting, we got like a diagonal of E's here, green kind of bouncing and then the A up there. Okay, and then I'm gonna do Ouija for the last one. Okay, so, which was probably a mistake because we already knew there was no O or U and J is a bad letter, but, oh well, that's okay. If I had thought about it a little more, I probably would have skipped Ouija and not, alloy, I don't know how to say it. All right, so let's get rid of some of these duplicates. There's no O, there's no U, and then there's no J, which, I mean, no J isn't too surprising. Okay, so, let's see, what do we got? Let's figure out our vowels, because we should be able to do so there's no I in the first row, second row, there is one in the third row. Okay, so the I in the third row, can't be fourth, obviously can't be first or fifth, can't be second because the white I up here, this is a I, definitely. Also the red one, same deal here because the I there, so that's an I, for sure. Okay, now, yeah, and that's the only I in the grid, isn't it? Because there isn't one in the first, second, fourth, or fifth rows, and that's the only one there. Okay, so that's the only I in the grid. So this could be something like a side, or no, it can't be a rise because there's no R there. This could be a side though. Side's pretty good. There is a D in the grid somewhere. Oh, but there's not a D right there. Okay, it can't be a side. There's probably lots of things it could be. All right, let's look at the other vowels. So we've got the I. What about A? There's an A there. There's no A in the second row. The problem is all of the clues are pointing at A's that we already have in the grid. Okay, there's not an A in the 5th row or the 2nd row. Ooh, there is one in the 4th row. Okay. And, oh, and the 2nd column. So the A in the 2nd column could be first. You'd have AA though, which seems unlikely. Otherwise it has to be there, which makes sense with this orange A also. So I'm thinking A right there. There has to be one either 2nd or 3rd in this 4th row. There could be one there, in which case you'd have to have a double A at the beginning as well. So I don't think so. Okay, so that's A. We've got the I, there's no O or U. Let's look at the E's. Are there more E's? We've already got quite a few E's in the grid. We didn't, Yeah, we don't know anything else about E's because there was no E in our first guess or our last guess. So we don't really know if there's other E's in these other spots. Okay, but we do have a vowel in every row and every column now, assuming this A is here. So, what do we want to do from there? We've got an M and an R. Oh, okay, the R. Look, there's an R in the 2nd column. It's not 2nd, it's not 3rd. So, yeah, those are the only 2 R's, right? Yeah, I was just looking back at our starting words. Those are the only 2 R's. So, it could be first or last. Either one seems equally likely. It might be good to guess an R here because there is also an R in the 2nd row. So the 2nd column and the 2nd row both have R's. So that would be a good spot to guess an R right there. No M. So it might be good just to use some new letters at that point. We know there's a D somewhere, we know there's an M somewhere, but we don't know much else about those. Yeah, okay, so that's about all we know. So let's go with some new letters. Something like, ooh, I don't want to do train, because there's no I. Could do track. K is not a great letter. Could also do trace, but it's not a good reason to think there's another E necessarily. I don't like K as a start. The problem is the last letter of this first word in column is also the first letter of the last word or column. So it's good to have a letter there that is likely to be a starting letter. Okay, so I think, I wanted to do, all right, I think what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'm gonna do craft. I think that's better. So C, I want to do the R in the second position. C is good, F is good, T is good. I think that's good. Let's go with that. And T has a better chance of being a starting letter at the end here than K does. Okay, so that was a good guess for the R. It actually worked out for both of them. Awesome. Now there is a C. Okay, so this could be a C down here then. There's no F. There's, okay, now I'm kind of thinking possibly T here, only because there's a red and a yellow. Now C, it could be CK. CK isn't bad. What would this be if this is, or CH is another possibility. Problem is, can this be a vowel? Oh, there's an orange E right there. There's an E in the second column. I didn't see that one. Okay, there's an E in the second column here. So there is an E, so this could be an E here. Could be, I mean, it could easily be up here too. But actually, here might be a better spot because we need to probably have a vowel after the R's. And it can't be an A, can't be an I, can't be an O or a U. So unless it's a Y, I think it's gotta be an E. Now, I put the T at the end here. I was just realizing I haven't done a Y yet. This could also be TY, and they could both be TY potentially, because we do have a T in both the row and the column. All right, let's get rid of that, because we don't know. That could be almost anything right now. Could even be an E. Do something like, not trace, but something like that. I like C there though, instead of at the end. Because RA something C doesn't seem great. Okay, so we're on the second one now. So RE something A something, what would that be? Oh, and this is definitely an A now. Because it was either the top, it was either first or fourth, and it can't be first anymore because of the R. So this is a definite A. It's still like, it's not a rise. It could still be a rise. Something, I mean, the A could be down here, but like I said, I think the E there is good. Rebar, it's possible. That's actually, oh, that can't be a D though. Does it say abide? So maybe that's not a B. Well, agile and regal. That's pretty good. Then what's gonna be down here? K? What would this be? I mean, it could be like clept or something, but that's a prefix. I don't know if that counts as a word. And I don't really like this over here. Ah, now if we did make this an E, we could do like elect. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that could happen there. Okay, so I like regal, possibly, maybe agile. I do like the E there, though. I think E there is good. So let's see, what else can we do here with the E? Maybe I just need to guess some more letters we haven't used yet, but I'm running out of guesses. I need to start getting some right here. I mean, this could be reset. We could do something like beset, but it'd be nice to do an A here. Although we know that's an A, so maybe it doesn't matter if we guess it right now or not. This would at least let us check for a B in the grid. We haven't done a B yet. I like the E there. We haven't guessed an S yet. We've guessed a T. We know there's a T in the row and the column, so it would rule out another spot. So let's go with beset. Okay, so no S in the grid. Oop, interesting, but that is an E. Okay, now I like the A. Regal. What else could that be? Rebar. Ooh, there's a B in. Oh, look at that. I didn't even look at the B. Part of the reason I wanted to guess beset was because of the B. Look at this. There's a B in the row and the column, so maybe this is a B. Brace, potentially. I mean, there's a C. And then you could have brave or brawl, WL. But I think if this starts with B, it's gotta be brace, I think. I don't know what else it could be. So I think that's good. Okay, so we're in the middle here. Let's see, what else can we do here? So they're both A something, I something, E. Now that's interesting. We could do alive, or we can't do arise. There's no S, there's no R. Alive or alike. Ooh, V here, so this would be good. Alive, and then caved, maybe? No, there's no D in that row. So maybe not alive. This could be camel and anime. That would be interesting. Renew and swelt. No, there's no S. No S. What would this be? Dwelt. Dwelt. Brand. Now we're getting somewhere. This could still be alive and never. And ooh, relax and exert. Okay, so there we go. Those are all possible. Let's go with that. Okay, so we're gonna go. Do we want to do the columns or the rows? I think I'm gonna do the rows. So alive. Okay, alive. Next would be camel. Nice. Exert. Okay, these are all gonna be right, aren't they? Brand and renew. There we go. Awesome. So, interesting start using lots of vowels, especially since some of the vowels weren't in the grid at all, but it worked out in the end. So there's usually a point partway through where it all sort of comes together and I can figure out all the words, or pretty close usually. So interesting. So brand, renew, alive, camel, exert, brace, relax, anime, never, and dwelt. So I think they're all pretty normal words this week. There's a V and an X and a W and a B. Those are not letters you see too often. So, and there was no Y. I thought maybe there was gonna be a Y, but there wasn't. So interesting. There you go. So let me know how you did with this weekly Squardle. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with some more puzzles. so doing 8 words blindfolded isn't hard enough. Oh, it's executes. The S can jump onto the executes, and then it's gonna be decided, maybe. But we need to have, no, because we need to, okay, after the S. What's gonna come after the S? It's gotta be, oh, we could do spec.